Okay, my TNA review is now coming up. You see, I don't want to just keep making a video of saying, okay guys, I'm here for my TNA review. I think this is kind of better. But I just did that though, so. This is for TNA from 10, 11, 12. Yesterday's date was 10, 11, 12. That's pretty cool. It shows all the stuff. And I should also mention that I haven't been covering TNA lately is because 2 weeks ago I missed it because I was at a doctor's appointment. Last week I was on my 100th video thing. I wanted to have my 100th video mean something. Then, let's say around last week. This week I did watch it, but last week I did watch it, and I watched it the week before, so I'm giving you my review, and I think maybe right after this video, Bound for Glory predictions. I think I might watch Bound for Glory, so yeah. So it shows last week what happened, and I don't know when they announced this, by the way, on the show, but they announced that you can vote for a match to happen on the 7 o'clock show on Spike. I think I remember to watch that, so I just want to mention that. The first match we get is James Storm versus Austin Aries. Good opener, actually. This actually was almost the match of the night. Because they announced that James Storm's facing Austin Aries and Bobby Roode's facing Jeff Hardy. What happens in this match is, they're like going at it, doing like wrestling holds to see who can get the best in the other, and eventually, James Storm goes to do a flying crossbody over the top rope. Austin Aries moves out of the way, does the suicide dive, puts him back in the ring, does a neck breaker on the ropes, dominates him a little bit, does like drop kicks. Hold on. Then eventually, I think it was this match that James Storm, was it this match? No, it's a different match. Hold on, sorry. It's a different match. But eventually James Storm goes for Cold Breaker, doesn't get it. Eventually Bobby Roode comes down to the ring, throws James Storm into the post, and then throws him back in. Austin Aries gives him the brainbuster for the win. That was pretty much it. So let's show that Austin Aries was going to be more of a, was just turning heel even more by taking any chances he could to win. Then we get Kurt Angle and Jerry Briscoe's son, I don't know his name. They're talking backstage about something. AJ Styles is backstage, is upset that Kurt Angle doesn't want this tag team championship match. That Aces and Aces attacked him too, but I'm still focused on the task at hand. Ask him not to come out there for his match. Then Hulk Hogan and Sting are coming to the ring. They show the Hulk Hogan and Sting promo, and they're talking about how Bully Ray can't be trusted because he's done bad things, and they really have no choice but to pick Bully Ray. Bully Ray and then we get because Christopher Daniels and Kazarian come down. They say that you should cancel the tag team. They try to get Kurt Angle in so they can just cancel the tag team match. But if Kurt Angle's in there, AJ Styles can get a new partner, and if AJ Styles can't even wrestle the match, Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez can just face them. So I don't know why that they think that solves anything. Then Bully Ray comes out. It said, "Don't talk shit about me." Then he says that he's gonna he wants to prove that he can trust him. Get in the ring with me and Sting. Hulk Hogan makes that match happen, and they're like, "No, you can't do this." And that was really funny. Then we get Hernandez versus AJ Styles. This match wasn't very good. It was very slow, and I didn't really care for the finish. It ends with Hernandez giving AJ Styles a fucking shoulder block. I think AJ Styles has kicked out of worse stuff than a shoulder block, so I don't really think that AJ Styles should have lost off that move. Then we get Aces and 8 segment. They said that they're smarter than they thought. They have a surprise. They were surprised when they picked Bully Ray, but we're still going to overcome the odds. And he asked the question, did you lock us out or did you lock us in? We get a Zima Ion promo. Zima Ion comes out and says that there's no competition left for the X Division because he took it all out. Rob Van Dam comes out and he said that he talked to Hulk Hogan backstage, and he says that he can pick his opponent at Bound for Glory, and he picks him for the X Division Championship. He goes to punch him, he blocks it with the X Division Championship, and he just kicks him off the head with the X Division Championship. We get Hulk Hogan and Sting backstage. They're talking about this match about for Glory. They said that Bully Ray can't be trusted. Bully Ray says that he has his back. He's like, what are you looking at? He's like, you can't be trusted. I can't trust you. He's like, I'm going to prove that you can earn my trust. Then we get Brooke Hogan and Taryn Terrell backstage. They said that they're pretty much talking about the match this Sunday against Miss Tessmacher. Then Then she gives him like a list of advances because her boyfriend's gonna be there, her Hollywood boyfriend. She rips it up and says she's not the Knockouts champion yet. So it looks like we're gonna finally find out who her boyfriend is. I'm not really gonna guess who it is because I don't really personally care that much, but I'll guess who it is eventually. Then we get Christopher Daniels and Kazarian versus Bully Ray and Sting. This match I did not really enjoy that much either. It was also very slow, but I thought it was fun. It did pick up in the end, but I thought it was funny when Christopher Daniels and Kazarian were hurting Sting, and then Bully Ray ran with the chair. And it also showed that Bully Ray is going to be a face, and you can trust him tonight, but that come this Sunday, he's just going to turn on him, and aces and eights are going to be and he's going to be behind the whole aces and eights thing. But eventually, Sting gets the tag. Bully does like a hot streak. Christopher Daniels goes to come behind Sting eventually, and Bully Ray has his back. Then Kazarian, he has Kazarian's back. Sting gives Kazarian the Scorpion Death Drop, and then he says, "Get the tables!" and then Bully Ray gets the table. Power bombs Christopher Daniels through it, and they lose the match by DQ, which I don't really get because they didn't really use, because I don't really think if you put someone through a table, because it's like the announcer's table really, pretty much, so I don't really get why it's a disqualification. Then we get an Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy video package. Jeff Hardy pretty much saying that he's gonna have his payoff when he wins the World Championship. Austin Aries says that he's gonna become that he's going to define all the odds, to beat Jeff Hardy, and that's pretty much the whole build-up. We also get an Al Snow interview and said he's gonna beat some respect in this kid. Joey Styles said that he got robbed, and I guess if Joey Styles wins this match, he gets a contract. So I think I might know what happens. Then we get Samoa Joe interview. They did a lot of interviews and they didn't really last that long. He gets interviewed saying that he's going to retain the TV championship, and he says that's his tag team partner. He says no matter who you are, you're not going to take this title from me. Magnus comes up and says that he's going to become. Well, Magnus comes up. All right, and says that he's gonna be the television champion, that you can't hide from Hogan or Sting, Brooke Hogan, all that stuff. Pretty much all the authority figures, and then he's gonna become the new television champion. And then he's like, why? And then Samoa Joe asks him why they can't do it. Just do it now. He's like, because he said that he's gonna have like a business side. Because he's like, I had a business date, and he's like, does that just mean coward? And he's like, and then he says, no, that's Bound for Glory. So does that pretty much mean that Bound for Glory is a coward? I don't really get that. Then we get Gail Kim versus Miss Tessmacher. Pretty good match. I did like it when Gail Kim did a powerbomb, but eventually what happened is Tessmacher hits like a face buster for the win. Then Tara comes out and attacks her, goes for the Widow's Peak. Miss Tessmacher hits the counters into the face buster, and that's pretty much it. Then we get Jeff Hardy's best Bound for Glory moment. It was in 2005 when he jumped off and did a swanton to Abyss. Then we get Stin's Hall of Fame package. It pretty much shows everything that Stin did in his career. We get Bobby Roode versus Jeff Hardy. Pretty good match. Bobby Roode ambushes Jeff Hardy from behind. They fight in the ring. They fight on the outside a little bit. Eventually, and then Jeff Hardy, Bobby Roode goes for a suplex on the outside. Hardy counters into a suplex of his own. Eventually, Bobby Roode's taking control, bouncing his head off the steps. Then eventually, Hardy goes for a twist of fate, counters into a low blow, gets a chair. Hardy hits him with a twist of fate. Austin Aries comes out and says, "You're not gonna steal my spotlight." And then he pretty much has like the TNA script and he rips it up. And he says, "I'm not gonna go by this." And he's like, and this was a great promo by Austin Aries. He's like, everything I have to do, they tell me to do. They tell me who I have to be. They couldn't. And he's like, he's sick and tired of Jeff Hardy getting like things handed to him, like his own theme music. Austin Aries wants his theme music changed. Then eventually Hardy says that he is gonna beat his clock and his clock a little ass Titus reign. And then he said he tells Jeff Hardy to get out of the ring. Hardy gets out of the ring. And I guess he kicked the rope into him, and Austin Aries gave him the brainbuster, and it was a good way to end the show. And not really, and I really did like it. But as for the show itself, it was pretty good. But Austin Aries, I think I don't really think it was like the good payoff show for Bound for Glory. I think they should have done a little bit different, but that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot the Bobby Roode interview, by the way. Bobby Roode is giving an interview saying he knows what Jeff Hardy's going through after winning the Bound for Glory series. James Storm comes and they fight, so that was pretty much it. But yeah, good, okay show, not really the payoff show I was expecting for Bound for Glory though, but okay show. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna right after this video, right after this video, I'm gonna come up with my Bound for Glory predictions video. But that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.